Hey guys, welcome to yet another one of these rolling vlogs of mine where I drive around aimlessly and talk to the camera. So, a lot of people have been asking me lately, because I'm a tech guy and I do a lot of technology-based stuff, what I prefer. PC? No, sorry. Stop that, we've already done that. What I'm talking about now is iOS versus Android, the mobile platforms. Because I recently picked up an iPad, and I have to say I've been using that iPad a lot more than my Androids, mainly because I like the apps on iOS a lot more than I do on Android. Now, people always ask me, well, which one do you prefer the most? Well, it's kind of a catch-22. Like my Android tablet, my creme de la creme Android tablet is the Acer Iconia Tab A500. Now, if you ever use that thing, it's not a bad tablet, but the extra hardware that comes with it, like the cameras, well, you're gonna realize pretty damn quick that they suck, big time. They're not the greatest cameras on board, let me tell you. So, the iPad definitely has the better camera support. Now, I used to believe that for social media, like Facebook and Twitter and all that, Android was better. By far better, until iOS 6. When iOS 6 came out, and Facebook was integrated into the iOS, same with Twitter, now it's a whole new ballgame. Because on Android, it used to be so easy if you wanted to upload a picture to Facebook. All you had to do was take the picture with your phone or your tablet, whatever you're using. When you had the picture taken, there's an option right there. Send to Facebook. And because Android had the accounts option, or has the accounts option, they still have it, I should say, where you can actually log your Android device into your Facebook all the time. You had the ability to upload a picture right to Facebook, and it made a directory on your photos called Android Photos, and bam, you were done. Like, it would just fire up the picture right to your Facebook. Didn't have that problem. Where with iOS, what you used to have to do was take the picture, run the Facebook application, go to the photo section on your profile, hit upload photo, find the photo in your photo thingy, like your photo library or whatever the hell they call it on iOS again, I can't remember, photo stream or whatever, and then you had to upload that. Well, that's just way too many steps, and it's just way too complicated for a simple task of drilling a picture up on the Facebook. Same with Twitter. If you wanted to tweet a picture, you had to take, like the app for Android, you could sit there and start tweeting, press the camera button on the tweet, take your picture, and then hit send, and it would just take care of the rest. Or you could hit it and say, choose from library, it would bring up your photo library, bam, you're done, game over, you know, move on to your next tweet. For efficiency, back in the day, Android was always the creme de la creme. Another thing that burns my biscuit about Android versus iOS is this whole Siri bullshit with iOS. The fact that you have to have, like, you can't use Siri on an iPad 2, but you can use Siri on an iPad mini. There is no friggin' difference between the iPad 2 and the iPad mini. They both have the same resolution screen, they both have the A5 processor, they both have the same amount of RAM on board. There's no frickin' difference. So why can't the iPad 2 use it? You know, you have to have an iPhone 4S to use Siri. Yet, the iPhone 4, which has the 1 gigahertz processor, pretty much has the same specs as my LG Optimus Black Android phone that I had before I got the 4. My Android phone, my LG Optimus Black, I could do the text, or speech to text, sorry. I could sit there and, you know, if I'm driving and I need to send out an urgent text, I can just click the little microphone button and talk, and it would automatically type out the text for me. And it was actually really bang on, really well done. It worked great. Where I find the one for iOS is not as accurate as the one for Android. And what the worst part is the Android I had on my phone at the time was Android 2.1. And it had text-to-speech, and it worked. It wasn't until iOS got Siri that you could do speech-to-text. So that's kind of disturbing that you need to have that functionality on iOS to use the speech-to-text. So I kind of don't like that. Now, obviously, a lot of people are running the 4S and the 5, so they don't have the problem that the iPhone 4 users have where we can't use those features. But still, it's kind of a ridiculous feature. Another thing I find weird is iOS in general. You have to have an iPhone 5 with the 8 megapixel camera to do panoramic pictures. My LG Optimus Black, which had a 5 megapixel camera out back, and it wasn't even a good 5 megapixel camera, it was a piece of shit. It was able to do panorama through Android, and it didn't do that bad of a job. It actually did a pretty decent job of stitching all the pictures together and getting the job done. Hell, my Acer Iconia Tab, which has a shitty 3 megapixel camera out back and a 1 megapixel camera up front, it can do that stuff. So the fact that iOS requires you to have certain hardware to do certain features kind of irks me, and the only reason why I can think of that happening is Apple doesn't want people complaining because the functionality doesn't work. So all in all, it's kind of a toss-up between Android and iOS. I like a lot of the apps on iOS. I love freaking GarageBand. I love Photo Booth. I love all the like iMovie and all that. But as far as Android goes, a lot of the apps that you have to pay for on iOS are free on Android. So that's a big time benefit there. So it's all in what you want to look at. Honestly, they pretty much come into me as a tie. I love them both for each their own reason. But right now my favorite tablet is my iPad, and that's basically because I don't really have any good tablets for Android. So there you go. Hopefully that answers your questions. So the question of the day, comment question of the day I should say, is what's your favorite OS, Android or iOS? And give me a reason why in the comments. Also, if you're looking for a partnership with Red Light Broadcasting, links in the description. If you want to check out my personal channel, Vlogging Life, links also in the description. And until next time, guys, keep on vlogging.
Because, you know, if you think about it, Christmas is only like 33 days away or something like that. Well, by the time this video goes up, God knows what day it'll be. But right now we're the 21st, and yeah, 33 days left till you can't shop anymore for Christmas. So pitter patter and friggin' have at her. Hey, you better go shopping if you haven't already. Unless you're one of those crazy people that waste the last friggin' minute to do any shopping. I, however, cannot be that type of person because, holy shit, let me tell you, I hate waiting to the last minute. I hate going in the malls this year. You go into the mall and it's like, oh my god, I want to rip people's faces off. This is ridiculous. So, I got some shopping done, I should say. Still a couple items I need to pick up, mainly for the girlfriends. See, for my parents, it's pretty easy to shop for them. They already have everything, so all they ever want is gift cards. So normally I find some stupid little knick-knack for around $20 to $30 and conceal a gift card in it for, you know, about $100 at the mall. They like that, especially because we're going on a trip in March to the Dominican. So